All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're looking into something
Yeah.
I think we've all heard about a million times.
Mhm.
Dress for success.
Oh, yeah.
We've all heard that, right?
Absolutely.
But does that still even apply? I mean, it's 2025.
Right.
So many workplaces are completely different
Yeah.
from what they used to be.
Totally.
So we found this article
Okay.
in BBC Work Life called Dressing for Success, Does It Still Matter?
Interesting.
And we want to kind of dig into that.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's a really interesting question, especially now.
Yeah.
We're seeing so many workplaces change.
Right.
The traditional office environment
Yeah.
is evolving. And that includes, I think, what people are wearing.
Well, yeah. And even on Wall Street, they're letting people wear jeans now.
Oh, no, it's crazy.
That was unheard of
Right.
a decade ago.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a combination of things. It's partly driven by the changing demographics. You've got younger generations coming into the workforce. And I think they have different priorities.
Right.
We really value comfort. They want to express themselves. And,
Makes sense.
they're not as attached to the old kind of stuffy corporate dress codes.
Have you noticed that in your own workplace?
Yeah,
Have you seen a shift?
definitely. I think even in more traditional industries, there's more flexibility now. It's
Yeah.
less about suits and ties.
Yeah.
And more about just looking presentable
I
and
do.
put together.
But then that kind of makes me think okay, well, so if it's not as important to, dress in a suit or whatever, do first impressions even matter anymore?
That's a great question. And the article actually addresses that. Because even though dress codes are becoming more relaxed,
Okay.
it doesn't mean that first impressions aren't important. Our clothing choices still impact how we're perceived. People make judgments about us based on what we wear, whether we like it or not.
I guess so.
You're right. There's this really interesting study in the Journal of Experimental Psychology. They found that people wearing formal clothing were seen as more competent and authoritative.
Really?
Yeah. Even when their actual skills were the same.
Wow.
It's called enclothed cognition.
What?
Yeah. The idea is that what we wear can actually influence how we think and feel.
Okay.
And in turn,
Yeah.
that affects how other people see us.
That makes sense. If you put on a suit, you feel more powerful.
Correct.
Because if you're just wearing
Yeah.
sweats, you're probably not going to feel that same
Right.
kind of aura.
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy almost.
Yeah.
If you dress the part, you're more likely to act the part.
I see. But that doesn't mean we all have to wear suits now.
No, not at all. It's more about finding a style that makes you feel confident and authentic,
Okay.
So
how do we find that balance then?
Well, the article talks about personal branding,
Okay.
really thinking about what you want to communicate. What are your values? What kind of impression do you want to make? And then you choose clothing that reflects those things in a way that feels true to you.
So it's not about wearing a uniform.
Exactly.
Okay. It's about finding a style that makes you feel good.
Yeah. And that's going to be different for everyone.
Right. It depends on what kind of job you have,
Absolutely.
what kind of person you are.
Yeah. Even your role within a company.
So it's dressing for success still matters, but maybe we need to redefine what success actually means.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. It's not just about climbing the corporate ladder anymore. It's about feeling good about yourself.
Right.
And doing work that you're passionate about.
So it's a more holistic approach.
Exactly. I think the future of dressing for success is about being intentional.
Okay.
And self-aware.
And understanding that your clothes are sending a message.
Exactly. They're a form of communication.
And it's up to you to decide what that message is.
Exactly.
So as our workplaces keep changing, what do you think dressing for success will look like in the future?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really interesting to see
Yeah.
how it all evolves.
So you have thoughts on that? Share them with us on social media
Yeah,
or on our website. We would love to hear from you guys.
definitely.
All right, everybody. That is it for this deep dive. Until next time.
See ya.